So what are the basic things you need to start house job?
First, you need yourself.
Thank you.
Sneakers because you go waka.
I was born there, primary school, secondary school. I have two doctors here, Dr. Marcel and Dr. Edison.
Hi.
So a brief story of how we met. After medical school in Nigeria, you're meant to do your internship. That's your 1 year for house job. That is housemanship, right? So we did as in UBT, University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. We had some experience, good, bad, and the ugly. I want to share with you guys. Okay, so first of all, why did you guys choose University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital? Okay, well, for me, I just wanted to leave home. My mother really wanted me to do housemanship like where we lived, and I didn't want that because I was born there, primary school, secondary school, university. I just had to run the number of states I've gone to in this Nigeria, so I just had to run away. And then I think I wanted like more experience, as in being a
And you chose
medical
UPT
student. Yeah, now
for more experience.
yeah, I think so. It's Port Harcourt is like a bigger city, like compared to where I'm coming
Did
from.
you
So,
mean more experience in medical stuff or just social life? Which one?
I mean both, right?
But you don't have you still don't have any social.
You don't have to say it like that. So, Amachi, what about you, Phil?
My house is here, that free food. I'm not shy to say that.
Second question: the people you met in house job.
People I met really amazing people. First, I was really grateful. Like when I got here, there were already like people from my school, that same Marcel and the rest of them. And then I met really beautiful people, and then I inherited some friends like Amara. I inherited Amara from Tarila. Tari is a very, very, very nice girl.
Shout out to Tarila.
Okay, so Tari is a very nice girl, and then they were friends. I don't know, for some reasons throughout our postings, so four of us were friends, but I have never worked with any of them in my unit. They're always doing a different posting together, and then totally opposite. We're just switching things, but we were friends.
Yeah.
So I met them, and then I worked with really amazing people, really amazing chiefs, and I worked with some very terrible people as well.
I thought for me, the people that I met, first of all, before starting house job, still was it? I don't know that it was Instagram or it was Twitter, where people were this thing was trending of the insults where your consultant gave you, and someone said, I think the consultant said that their head is as empty as I mean the head. All those
Because the brain needs to be right on that.
So I was so scared of starting house job because of that. I did not want to meet anybody that would just talk me down. Like it's going to reduce my energy from 100 to 0. But starting house job, I started with internal medicine. All my chiefs were really nice. That's if God just answered my prayer. I was like, maybe this is the first start. The next department will be rude people or people that don't mean. But I could say I worked with most of the people that I worked with my chiefs. They were really. What are the basic things you need to start house job?
First, you need yourself.
Thank you.
And the later, right?
Mm-hmm.
The house job later, and a few things. Importantly, your scrubs.
So how many scrubs? How many scrubs do you even have?
Okay, I think I had 3 scrubs, but I always made it look in such a way that I had more.
Multiple.
Could wear the trouser of one with another, so just make very colorful, beautiful scrubs.
Because you are the real house job starts, guy. You gotta get 5
You
scrubs.
go
for money
serious. You know,
Please get black and black so that you'll be able to mix it very well.
yes, have at
Yeah,
least
that was
a black pair of scrubs so that you could use it for whatever color you want to pair it up with later. Comfortable shoes, sneakers because you go waka.
Nobody will not say Crocs first. Yes,
You know,
Crocs.
Crocs.
So not just theater.
For
You know,
your
people that
daily
never wash shoe
life.
until go and gym. They were always wearing Crocs.
You go waka. Sorry, you go chase things. You go chase results. Pediatrics, you go chase results.
The long sauce. Look at you, just mosquito.
Yes, oh, hi, we are coming.
The hand
hand
sanitizer. You're
sanitizer,
so concerned about your
then a waist bag
yeah.
because you need to be free. You don't need to be carrying backpacks, handbags, all of that. You just need something that you can move along with freely. So and all of those things will help you still.
You were all
We're
being
all
all
teeth.
cute about this part. You need that bag. It's very
See,
important.
gloves,
Grab whatever you can grab.
speculum,
Still,
everything. Yeah, you go just day the waist bag
you're
like that.
unauthorized
That's
thief.
why when we are doing
Even your
word rounds,
consultant will tell you
when,
to steal it.
when we are doing word rounds, you say they need this. You just
Because
look at me
nobody
like,
will care that
this house officer, they active. Oh, you just
Active
because
in
if
stealing.
you don't have it there, you go and look for it, and you must find it.
Yeah.
So just be
And
ready
it
for all
will
of
to
that. So
waste your time too.
you need it. You need a waist bag. You actually do need a waist bag.
Okay, speaking of which, what department was your favorite?
It was O&G, department O&G, but if we are doing units particularly, I'll say orthopedics, but department
Shut up.
O&G.
What was the course like in ONG? What made you like ONG?
Okay, I liked O&G was actually very organized. Okay, it was well structured, and then you had like just one call in an entire week, and
There's sometimes you can
after
have 3 calls.
then after every 5 weeks you have
Weekend call.
weekend.
weekend call, so it was fine. And when once you're on call on Monday, you know that that weekend you just have weekend call. Then another reason why it was favorable was because O&G had just 5 units, so they were you had a lot of hands to work with. That has an upside and also a downside because people are plenty. There are some people that will now want to jump
Tissue.
it
Tissue
and need you to do a lot
patterns.
of work. The same thing for your residents. You have a lot of residents in O&G, and I liked my firm particularly. Everybody was just nice.
What was your worst call department like?
Okay, for call, since you said call, that would be surgery. Now, but fun fact, it doubles as my best. I really enjoyed surgery. I had amazing chiefs. Like, surgery, man, don't have issue like this.
They are
Everybody,
making
for not
money.
that is calling you alpha, how many patients do we have? Get, but the calls, yeah. How somebody be calling you by 2 a.m. to A&E almost every day? And surgery, except you're in maybe general surgery, you have 28 days to be on call. When I was in CTU's cardiothoracic unit, I really liked that unit, the body calls. Okay, right now, Sha, I heard that it's like maybe 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, or
Like the
one
whole
week
2 weeks you'll be
in.
on call.
Yes, and then because there are two sub units in cardiothoracic units, so it's better now. But when I was the house officer, it was 28 days, and everybody is
28 days, 24 hours in
yes,
28
apart
days.
from the surgeries, everybody doing any small pleural effusion, they are sent over to you. You are doing like 3 chest tubes in a day, so it was no surgery.
Period
Surgery
surgery was
was
like
it.
that for me, my
And then
God.
general surgery, I was in
28 days.
I was in this fame, and we always had
That was urology.
patients coming in by 11 p.m. with ruptured peptic ulcer disease. How do you
You've gone short
start?
wound.
How
That gone
okay,
short
so
wound.
man, that was it was surgery.
Then orthopedics call was like once a week, right? No, no,
It
no. It
was
was a
no
week.
It was an
we need
entire week.
you'll be
Yeah,
on call
that
that week.
entire
Then
week.
after that week, there are like two other firms.
Then
So
you can
before they
be
come back to
lucky at the
you,
time you're entering, you just have 1 week to go call.
that thing is
It
to be
was so
sweet.
nice, God. I think I was
Because
I was lucky. I
orthopedics,
also was in
that's
that
problem.
category.
11
So
a.m.
for surgery, unlike internal medicine or pediatrics or ONG, you have to be in 3 units, 3 sub units, so you can rotate around 3 sub units. Some units are there in 28 days call, but I heard that those things now are stopped. But we suffered, shy. We did 28 days. Now they are doing 2 weeks. Then also general surgery you do call once in 3 days. Then orthopedics or ENT always on call, but you're barely doing
It's
anything.
nothing much.
Then orthopedics is once in 1 week. Yes, you do a week call, but then you do another call after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks,
And
yeah.
like Edison said, you can be very lucky, you just do only one call.
Because there are like 3 units in orthopedics, so every unit
Yeah,
takes
it
a week.
depends on the
So
time you enter
so it
the
depends on when you when you come in. If you
you
come
can
in
be
when you've just
strategic.
finished a call,
You're
then
very
you're
lucky.
very lucky.
Just do one call
You
and
just
then
have
you.
one call before you leave the unit.
Yeah.
Okay, Edison, how did you manage stress during house job?
And first of all, I think God helped me most importantly because during house job uh, there was a lot of things going on. I was doing the work which I was meant to do. I was also we're also doing wedding planning at the time,
Yay.
and I was attending marriage course and all that. Then I had very wonderful colleagues as well. So stress management. The little time I had, I would try to sleep and then look for these people and some others
And do some
and
midnight
do
dance.
some midnight
Hi, but guy,
dancing.
I remember that
You
your
know,
wedding period was during that time when you preparing for your wedding, you were
yeah.
in neurosurgery.
I was in neurosurgery,
Neurosurgery.
and
28 days.
What do you mean?
nobody even
Ah,
understood. Like, but I had one chief, my reg. Then I totally I'll need to go to church by 4 and stuff like that. So he'll try to hurry everything, and
Having nice chiefs, actually.
to
do you get it?
pray
Just try
for
to hurry,
that.
and then we always had calls were like 24 hours, like for 28 days. So I just needed someone to know that okay, this is what I didn't want to like tell people, okay, this is what I was doing. But because I needed that free time, I just had to confide in one person and say, oh, this is what it is though.
Happening right now, yeah.
Yeah, so that was how that happened. Then the most importantly, like I would say, God, friends. Sometimes we went out. We don't have time, but we
I
try
think we did
to.
picnic too.
Yeah, we had a
Yes.
picnic. We went out, and there were times where we just come to
Hang
one person's
around.
room,
Yeah,
buy
you know that
snacks.
Christmas met us there. We went Christmas there.
Yes, yeah,
So
Christmas,
please,
Christmas,
we did
we did
Christmas.
Christmas there. So we just sit out amongst ourselves, discuss, pray together,
Yeah.
and a lot.
I can't balance with the song. God of mercy. This Ojoro. This Ojoro. Always, 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 always.
How was school in internal medicine like?
Okay, depends on your unit actually for internal medicine. Some units have it way better, some have it worse. Like there's some units that have calls like every week,
That was
like
nephrology.
nephrology, and then there were some that had
Alternate week.
alternate day week
No, week.
calls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you'll be on call this Monday, you'll not be on call next week Monday to the other Monday. Then weekend call was once in 8 weeks. So you can just have only one weekend call or maybe
in
how many
your
did you have?
12 weeks. I had just one before leaving.
I had two.
Uh,
And the second one was 72 hours.
I think I had one. I almost had two, but I had one. I left the Thursday before the weekend call.
Pediatrics, how did we so for pediatrics call it's alternate week call. Then for accommodation, how's that come? How much did we even
I
pay?
think it was about 40 something thousand. I can't remember how much exactly, but it was not to 50K. It was 40 something thousand for accommodation. Say two in a room, more like a self-contained kind of setting.
PTH makes you save your money in the sense that you give us call food. So you don't even have to be on call for them to give you food.
You didn't save your money, yo.
And no one laugh at me.
But for real, they give us food 2 times in a day now. Not everybody that is every day. But even weekend is 3 times. So you can imagine spending more money on this food.
Meanwhile, sometimes if you're in the lodge, you feel so lazy to go and look for that food where they are giving it far. So
Not good. If you're a picky eater because sometimes the food it is well. It's usually somehow. Not usually, sometimes.
sometimes, but then there are actually
There
some
is.
really good days.
Very nice.
Christmas.
Yeah. So for saving, well, saving can be very difficult in PTH. In fact, do your house job here because you have a lot of things to buy. You're surviving. You're working with time, so you need to buy time either from giving your clothes to the laundry person to do your clothes or buying food or doing so many things. In fact, sometimes I remember when I was a student, I was counting down to earn what they pay house officers, and when they started paying with that money, it was like I wasn't seeing it. But I think what helped me save was I had things I needed to do. I knew I needed these things. I had to save. So just help me save. I said, do you have any other thing?
Nah, just try and see. It's going to be really hard, but just try.
It's possible to save. Marcel is being modest. She saved.
She's very good at us. She was very responsible.
When you're not doing house job, when you're not working, you had less money and you were able to live with the little money that you had. If you come into house job with that same mentality, you may be able to save. However, there may be a lot of family responsibilities or some other thing that may take away money from you. If you can't save, if you cannot, we are in Nigeria, everybody will understand. But it's actually very important to save because you are an adult. You should save. You should save.
Where you see your senior colleagues and they don't longer go to church, and you feel like, oh, it will be easy for me when I go there. I'm going to church because as a medical student, we are going to church. Scam, biggest scam. Because once you start doing back to back calls, then imagine preparing for an exam or having another thing you're doing, or even working with, because some people work with house job. Listen, why are you looking at me like that? Some people did it now. They survived. Anyways, it's to be a struggle to go to church. So how did we even try to go to church? We were always calling each other.
Have friends, call each
I feel
other.
like
You know.
we just had that
We
accountable
weren't able
part.
to go for midweek services because we were trying to call each other.
Then that moment where you can't go for midweek, you just sorry, a bit Sunday service, you substitute by going for midweek, no matter how difficult it can be.
Like even now, like I'm still doing going to church on Sundays, like alternate Sundays.
Yeah, which try
So-
alternate Sundays.
So like I don't
It
know.
can be really hard. So you have to learn how to survive even from house job because it's going to be like that even after house job. You'll be wondering how MDCN rates your performance while doing your house job. So there's this form F we sign after, or some people sign it after their house job. Some people sign it after doing the department. But
My candid advice will be that
sign it immediately.
when you finish each unit, just sign.
Try and sign
Once you
it.
finish a unit, sign. Don't accumulate anything because sometimes you'll be going back to people that may have left. They are not
Or
even,
they are on leave.
they are on leave. They are not even around to vet that you did that posting at all. So at the time they can see you, especially if you were a very good person, you know get wahala, you were
Just
nice,
sign out.
just sign out because they are bound to forget. So it's important to sign out. So once you've signed all your forms, it's even easier. You can even sign out fast and you not have any delayance at the end of the day other than going back to the department
sign.
you passed.
End of this video. Bye. You guys should tell them to please subscribe. Please subscribe.
And put on
Like.
the notification button
For
so
more
that
videos. So bye guys.
Bye.